Nevertheless, listening since morning, I think a lot of areas have already been covered. I will not try to go on that. But looking at the crisis in agriculture and also the idea behind bringing second green revolution or to India and bringing the green revolution to the northeast is, I think, something that I'd like to focus upon. For that, I'll have to take you in circles to complete the story of green revolution. But before I do that, I present two scenarios before you. In the mid-80s, the International Rice Research Institute published two studies. I don't think these studies are ever talked about. One study said that if you are using a knapsack sprayer on your back and spraying pesticide on your crop, or if you keep pesticide at the source of irrigation water in your crop field, there is no difference in the efficiency of the pesticide. The second study says that if you are broadcasting rice or if you are transplanting rice, there is no difference in productivity. This was in the mid-80s. Then came the era of WTO in 1995. After that, a study, and everywhere I go, I used to see this argument that in a globalized world, the Indian farmer will be pushed out of agriculture or would be left behind unless he competes or is globally competitive with the American farmer or with the Chinese farmers. Now, these two studies, or those two statements have a lot of relation with green revolution. Now, let me try to explain why I presented these two before you. The first study that I mentioned, two studies in fact, that the International Rice Research Institute did. When I was a student of agriculture, and I am sure when many of you have been students of agriculture or are studying agriculture, we have been made to believe that it's very important to ensure pesticide use efficiencies. So if you are spraying on cotton, if you are spraying on sugarcane, if you are spraying on apple, its efficiency is very important. So what you need is a knapsack sprayer, and on top of it you need nozzles. So you have at least 10-15 different kinds of nozzle. So when you spray on apple, it's a different nozzle. When you spray on sugarcane, it's a different nozzle. When you spray on wheat, it's a different. Now the question comes up then, why were we asked to go in for knapsack sprayers? Similarly, we were told that if you want to be an efficient farmer, paddy farmer, you want to increase your productivity, you must go in for transplantation. But then the study now says very clearly that there is no difference in the productivity if you go by broadcasting or if you go by transplanting. The question that comes to your mind is, then why were we asked to go in for transplantation? I posed this question to my friend and one of the world's best known rice scientists, Dr. Gurdev Khush, when I was at the International Rice Research Institute. Gurdev Khush was very nice. He thought for some time and then he replied to me. He said, Devinder, actually we were trying to help the tractor industry. Because when the dwarf varieties of paddy came in, the tractor had also come into place. Now the problem is that tractors marketing of course is something that the industry would be keen for, but 97% of rice is grown in Asia. Now if the tractor sales have to pick up in Asia, the tractor must go into the rice field. But if you are broadcasting, the tractor is likely to trample the plants. So it's going to impact your crop. So therefore you will not be very excited to go in for a tractor. So to ensure that the tractor gets into the rice field, the scientists did a marvelous job. They actually taught us or improved what was known as transplanting earlier also and made it a uniform pattern all across the country. So we went into transplanting paddy not knowing whether it really increases your productivity, but because it helped the tractor industry. And so once it helps the industry, there's all kinds of justification for it, we all know that. And then when I built up on that theory, I realized that when in Punjab the tractors came in, the tractors would come in with the package. It's always with the package. Whenever the industry has to sell in, it will come up with the package. The package would entail that if the full page advertisement that would appear in the newspapers then would show a Punjab farmer with his pagadi on, with his moustache up, and said that progressive farmer. So progressive farmer, what you need is a tractor. So tractor, you must take loan from the bank or whatever, but the tractor is very important. So every farmer started looking for if he could afford a tractor. The tractor, which was a symbol of progress at that particular time, today has become a symbol of suicide in Punjab. Every second household in Punjab today has a tractor, agriculture household has a tractor. The scientists or the economists tell us that for a tractor to be economically viable, you need a minimum area of 10 acres to begin with. Now, over the years, that has been reduced, by the industry pressure to 2 acres. So, if you have 2 acres, you just have to go. If you have 500 rupees in your pocket, you just go to the agent and you will get a tractor. He will garland the tractor, he will garland you and show the tractor is delivered. And you are very happy, you have become a progressive farmer. If you want to buy a second-hand tractor almost new, you must go to Batinda. Batinda is the cotton belt of Punjab. What the farmers do is, when he has to get his daughter married, for instance, the best thing he does is, because he can't afford to give a car in dowry, so he goes and buys a tractor because all he needs is 500 rupees. So he goes, buys a tractor which may cost 5 lakh rupees, but he gets some credit, and after 10 days he will sell it off. He will get at least 3 lakh rupees, buy a Alto and give it for his daughter's marriage. So the tractor is available to you if you really want a second-hand tractor, almost a new tractor. Now that cycle has been going on. Now actually the burden is passed on to the farmer. The company is very happy. Now I understand that the entire movement of tractor, the industry is now moving on into the West Bengal and also to the Northeast. And they are now even in fact going a step ahead. Earlier they would have their agents who will do the marketing for them. Now they have the agriculture scientists who do the marketing for them. Because now they have the tie-up with the agriculture universities to promote tractors. So universities are doing the job which the agents would do some years back for them. So remarkable job done by the tractor industry, not only in the North India but also in the South India now, where the industry is now getting into collaboration with the agriculture science. Now these instances will tell you where we have moved on, and when we talk of this technology, why have we moved on to such a stage that agriculture has become what is called as unremunerative.